Hey there everybody, EpicMarty here, and today we have an interesting match. One of our matches that we're going to be doing on the channel. It's going to be my friend Matt versus my brother Dan. And Daniel is using a Keldeo EX deck, and Matt is using a Seismetoad deck. And we're going to see where it goes from here and what happens. Matt does have a few cards in his deck that are written down and stuff, but at the time I recorded the video, we should have them by now. So I'm gonna try and do my best to remember them all, but here we go. Daniel's using the Keldeo deck, and one of the key factors of his deck that he needs is that Blastoise. If he can get a first turn Blastoise, and that would work out wonderfully for him, because then he can just attach the energies to Keldeo whenever he needs. But it's also going to be hard for him because Matt has item lock with Seismetoad, so it's going to be an interesting match and see what happens here. So we're going to see what happens. I can't remember who won the coin flip. I think it was Matt. But here they go. They go to start to draw their cards. Daniel did not get a basic and has to mulligan. Matt has a basic. And I wonder what it's going to be. I wonder what's in their hands. We're just going to see what happens. And so on to the match. Here we go right now. And Matt drew his card and set out his prize cards. It looks like Daniel will possibly get a basic this turn. I think Matt's pretty confident about it. So he went ahead and drew his card, put down his basics. Daniel went ahead and is now drawing his new hand. And it looks like he did get a basic. I'm not quite sure, but he does have an energy, so he will be able to put down the energy first turn. I think, here we go, with the flip of the Pokemon. Looks like Daniel also has two base, well, no. Alright, so Matt starts off with a Shaman, Dan will start off with a Keldeo, and Matt goes first. So it looks like he's got an Ultra Ball, Muscle Band, Double Colorless, Crushing Hammer. Looks like he's going to Ultra Ball and discard a Super Scoop Up and a Muscle Band. He runs Hoopa in his deck, so I think that's what he's going to go for here. Is he's going to look for that Hoopa, be able to play that down, and get the Seismetoad down. He just put the Hoopa in front of his deck, so it looks like that's what he's going to go for. Yep, he's setting up for it right now. He's got the Seismetoad. He also runs Giratina, so it looks like he's also going to try and find him. And he also runs a Jirachi, so I think he's going to play the Jirachi too. So, plays down the Hoopa, gets Jirachi, Giratina, and Seismetoad. Yep, there we go. And puts those into his hand. It'll be interesting to see what Matt does next. He puts down the Seismetoad and Seismetoad, Muscle Band the Seismetoad as well. He needs to be able to switch out that Shaman, so he can get that Seismetoad out, maybe use Hypnotoxic Laser and Verbank. There's one of the written cards, I forget what that one is, but it looks like Matt will try and find a Hypnotoxic Laser with a Verbank. If he can get those cards, and it looks like he'll be pretty well set up. We'll see what Daniel's current turn can bring. But at the moment, I remember what this card does now. I forget the name of it, but your opponent reveals their hands and discards any item cards. So Daniel got rid of a Battle Compressor and a Versus Seeker. The Battle Compressor is crucial. I think that's called Headbringer, but it costs one more energy to do something, and Shaman for 3. Looks like he did get the Verbank. I'm not sure if he has a Hypnotoxic Laser. If he has a Hypnotoxic Laser, that would be ideal. Matt passes his turn. Daniel draws. He looks like he's got 2 energies and a Milotic. Milotic will also help with helping him get cards down. It looks like he's just going to play a Shauna. And we'll see what he can get with the Shauna. He's got to find a way to get that first turn Blastoise if he's going to survive any of Matt's attacks, especially when he gets Seismetoad out and he gets the item lock. So Daniel will have to do as much as he can first, because Seismetoad is already set up and out on the bench. Looks like he pulled a Remoraid, Regice, a Water Energy, Broken Time Space, and a Rough Seas. So we'll see what he does there. Not too much to go for. He played the Remoraid and the Regice down. It looks like he's going to play the Broken Time Space. And then it looks like about it that he can do this turn. So, yep, he passes the turn right over to Matt. Matt then draws. Oh, there we go. There's the Hypnotoxic Laser. It looks like he's also got the Virbank. He plays the Virbank. Hypnotoxic Laser. They're going to redo the coin flip. Went off the table. And Keldeo is asleep. That's going to put a damper on things for Daniel at the moment. So we'll see. We'll try and see what Matt can do to get that Seismetoad out. He's going to crushing hammer for the energy. Looks like he did not get it, but we'll see what Matt can come up with to get that Seismetoad out. He does have the dowsing machine, which he is going to play. Gets rid of the Seismetoad in an Ultra Ball. Gets the crushing hammer back. We'll try and see what Matt can do to get that Seismetoad out, because that's going to be a crucial part. The Giratina will most likely come out a little bit later, but I think Matt's going to try and go Professor Sycamore. He needs a switch, a Float Stone. He needs something to be able to get out that Seismetoad. He does have a double colorless, so he can retreat the Shaman if he needs to. He does get the Crushing Hammer effect going, so he did discard Keldeo's energy. He is going to place a double Dragon Energy on Giratina, start to get that powered up a little bit. He does have the Team Flare Grunt as well, so if Daniel was to place another energy next turn, Matt would be able to discard it, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so they did the coin flip to see who would awake, and it looks like Cody would not awake. He gets rid of the Virbank for the Rough Seas, so he'll be able to heal 30 every turn, gets the energy down. But Matt does have that Team Flare Grunt in his hand. I wonder if he'll use it. Goes to draw. Gets a Super Scoop Up. That would be ideal to get the Shaman off. It looks like he's going to play the Super Scoop Up. Hopefully he can get that Shaman up into his hand. Comes out tails, cannot. Double colorless. Yep, looks like he's going to retreat the Shaman. Going to retreat the Shaman, get the Seismetoad out, and there we go. So it looks like Daniel's going to probably have kind of a harder time getting things out. He probably can. Yep, there's a Team Flare Grunt for the Water Energy. He's also got another Hypnotoxic Laser, so Matt is pretty good and set up. He will need another Virbank. Flipping to see if it's awake. It is awake. He does have the Xerneas in his hand, so... and Xerneas discards a Pokemon Tool. I don't think he's going to use that because Daniel does not run any Pokemon Tools in his deck. Daniel's going to draw. Now, he does have the item lock on with the Seismetoad using the Quaking Punch. Daniel will not be able to play any items this turn. It looks like he's going to go ahead and place the Water Energy on the Regice and try and get that set up. And, ooh, passes the turn right back. Looks like Matt's going to go ahead and draw it versus Seeker. He's going to get that Team Flare Grunt back into his hand. He can use it if he needs to get rid of the Regice Water Energy that's on Regice, but I don't think he's going to be too concerned about it at the moment. It looks like he's just going to go ahead and use Quaking Punch. And he does have the Muscle Band on him, so Muscle Band's going to do a little bit more damage. It's going to do 50 instead of the 30. So, we'll see what Daniel gets. Daniel gets the Archie's Ace in the hole. I'm trying to see what else he's got in his hand. Archie's Ace in the hole will help because it's not an item card. But he does have that super energy retrieval, but he's on that item lock right now because of Quaking Punch. So it doesn't look like Daniel's going to be able to do Archie's Ace in the hole. He's not really going to be able to do much. Yeah, Matt's got Daniel in a pretty good bind right now. And he passes the turn. Alright, everybody. We're going to go ahead and stop the video right here. And we'll do part 2 here in a second. This is EpicMarty, and we'll see you guys in the next video.